Yes. Alright. Here we go. Something that I want to play tonight. I'm always down for a little bit of this. See, I don't want to continue. I want to do new game.
Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land.
I can barely hear this.
A place where souls may mend your ailing mind.
Just, sorry, 1 second. Okay.
You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Alright. Thus it begins. And here we begin. Dark Souls 2. Scholar of the First Sin. Move so that all the other ghosts are not straight through me. Don't know who we are. We don't know what we are. We stepped through a time warp, basically, and landed up in here. So, let's take us a look around. We have. Now, needless to say, I have played so much of Dark Souls 2. This is hardly a blind playthrough, but I think I'm gonna do something slightly different. I'm going to activate the Victor Stone, which escalates the difficulty significantly according to the forums. So we'll see how good about 400 hours of gameplay does when I've dialed it up to the next level. I tend to never play the game through on New Game Plus, just because New Game Plus just is boring in my opinion. I tend to not really like it, but Victor Stone moves it up to New Game Plus, and from what I'm told, New Game Plus is quite... Oh, hello fellas. Just running around. Alright, I'm not gonna bother them. I'm told New Game Plus in this is significantly different to anything else. And hello, what's this? Oh, rusted coin. Okay. I don't think I've ever found that particular item in this area, but I know there are some other items which are generally meant for you to get a little bit later. I would have to say that Scholar of the First Sin is probably my favorite Dark Souls out of all of them, because it doesn't have the technical issues of Dark Souls 1, and it's also not quite as expansive. It's not as easy for me to get lost, but that doesn't mean that it's small. There's quite a lot in here, even if the areas are not as interconnected and wild as the ones Dark Souls 1. Which is fine. There's nothing really wrong with that. Alright, so enough wandering around in this area. Let's move forward. So we're gonna go through here. And these bushes over here. This is kind of like an area meant for a later section of the game. As you can see, you have these giant footprints. There is a mid-game enemy right up here. Right there, in fact. That kind of like humanoid hippo rhino looking thing. I'm not going to attempt to fight that thing bare-fisted. I do like 2 damage and it'll easily one-shot me. So I'm gonna go talk to these old ladies first.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
is your name?
Okay, then. Is my name. I guess I will go with, mean gecko. There, just like that. Oh, shoot. Yes, okay. Here we go.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy. Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Okay. Time to choose class, body, and all that stuff. My favorite build to do in this, I actually have two favorite builds. One is to go right, and to try and do like just a big heavy two-handed swords and just smash everything I come across. The other thing I like to do is I like to go magic builds. I like to go with just do sorcery builds, and I consider that kind of like an overpowered build, but it's really, really nice, at least at first. The DLC areas, it gets kind of annoying because they have really high magic resist and very high stability. So they're, or poise, I guess, is the proper term. So they're very hard to take down as a sorcerer. But I don't know... Never tried any of these other classes. What all of these stats are. Okay, this one's endurance. Oh, dexterity. Okay, the hand is dexterity, so this is a high dex character. Of course, you can play as the completely unarmed dude. And then there's this guy. Wow, you start off with a Sublime Bone Dust and a Pharos Lockstone? That can actually be really strong. And you have the Deprived, who literally you just start in your underwear. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with an Explorer opening. Because it's, honestly, it's not that much different from the Deprived, except you have a few consumables. I want to see how these help me out. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna go with the... No, I'm gonna go Knight. I want to take my strong class, go with something that I know works nicely, because I also happen to know, well, since I've decided I'm going to activate the Victor Stone, I'm gonna probably want those big two-handed swords for the big sweeping effects. Go with a muscled physique. Change. Let's go stick with that, but different hair. Yeah, there we go. A bowl cut. Why not? with outlandish looking colors, because I'm going to look pretty outlandish by the time everything's done with me anyway. Big bushy eyebrows that are also that bright green color. There we go. Eyes. There we go, we'll go with that orange color. With the big beard. Yeah. Go. Yeah, no tattoos. No tattoos. Alright. I think I'm ready to go save the world. Is this my true self? It's close enough.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know.
They're highly encouraging, you can tell.
Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
So I'm going to die a lot. We already know this. Okay then. Let's go. Two-handed warrior. Let's do this. Human effigy up there. That's all good. I have much more health and stamina now than when I first started off. I think I'm gonna go try and take out this ogre real quick. Let's run this way down. Okay, here he is. Yeah. Oh, I missed him. Ow! Ow! All over. Yes, thank you. Chop, chop. Yikes! All over again. Yay! Chop, chop. And dive. Chop. Dive. Ow! Whoa! Don't get caught by that one, or he bites your head off. Whoa! Ow! Okay. Can't roll through that. Okay, okay. Whoa! Heal. Chop. Dive. Falls over again. Cool. Chop, chop. Yikes! Okay. Chop, chop, chop. Ah, I didn't have enough stamina for that fourth chop. Finish him! Got him. Yeah. Stone ring. Some gold pine resin. So the stone ring... Ring of the beloved gallant shieldless Lothian, formerly of Ferosa. Hits greatly reduce enemy poise. The effect may seem trivial, but for those who comprehend how critical it is to exploit a hole in enemy's defenses, the significance of this ring will be clear. Basically, this means you can knock an enemy off balance, essentially stun lock them with just about every hit. It's crucial for magic-based builds, but it'll be very handy for this one as well. Where's the item center? There it is. Small, smooth, and silky stone. take you to the area where that's significant. So, pardon me, ladies, I just got buffed. Alright. Let's light the bonfire. Check jump control. Something I don't remember if I've reset or not. Okay, yes, I have. Now, you don't have to go through these doors, but I want to because I want to show you what the smooth and silky stones can be used for. They're a healing item, but they have other uses. So... Alright. Here. Nope. Okay. Usually just sprint right past all of this and don't even bother with it. I find those crows. Oh, hello down there. Backstab. Okay, moving on to the next one. Dagger. Not much use to a guy who already has a broadsword. Right. What's that? Oh. Melee dude. Okay. One thing that is massively different from Dark Souls 2 to Dark Souls 1 is weapon durability. It resets at bonfires, but it degrades super quick. So you have to kind of like, it almost feels like you're rationing your hits. Here we go. Just died. Something just died over that way. I don't even know what that was. It was like someone walked off the bridge or something. Alright. Here's where you use the small, smooth, and silky stones. Leave one. Yeah. Up the voice real.
Give us smooth. Yes, you. Give us silky.
Go. An old mundane stone. Well, it's not the greatest trade, but okay. The old mundane stone allows you to get rid of spell enchantments on swords, so you can actually get like a sword that's buffed up pretty high really early on for the part of the game that you're in. You can disenchant the weapon. Let's use it as a normal weapon after that. I don't entirely know as to why you'd want to do that unless you found like one that was imbued like with some kind of magic that you weren't any good with, but you wanted to use the weapon, so you took it off and put it with something you were good with. But for the most part, just base weapons tend to be pretty good. I find it. Yeah, and this area is blocked off by this statue. Get an item. You can get items later that will open those statues. So, no need to hurry. Now here is like the biggest joke that I've ever seen. It's just this area. It's always filled with bloodstains. I don't know why, but it's like everybody in here, they're all just carrying like the Chaos Blade or whatever the blade is called. I think it's Blade of DLC boss. But I mean, they all just stand here and die. And I don't know why. It all happens and they just kind of leave it at that. Over here... Yes, praise the sun. There used to always be bloodstains in this area, whenever you would check them, it'd all just be people jumping off of this section of the cliff right here. I think it's because it's rumored that there was like an item over there. But while there is an item off of the cliff, it's right here. A couple of items over here. There's some cleric stuff underneath that ledge, and there are the binoculars over there. Which, oh, shoot. Well, there's death one. Okay, then. I'm gonna beat this apart. I'm gonna get whatever that item is, just because it's an item. Oh yeah, the torch. Torch is actually pretty critical because it's actually useful as a mechanic in the game. It's not just used to see, you can also light stuff with it. Alright. Let's pick up our souls off of that cliff. Let's try this again, but this time let's walk off that direction so that way we don't get clipped off the edge. Okay. Yeah, there's a chime and a morning star here, which is cleric gear. And then you have some binoculars right here. The binoculars are more useful in a spell build or in a crossbow build, because you can snipe with it. But it doesn't really matter all that much. Let's talk to her. She's important because she's the one you talk to level up.
The next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse. I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
The standard healing item of Dark
Go on and
Souls.
see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Bearer of the curse, seek souls, larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Okay, let's get some levels into strength. Alright. This guy. Talk to him.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
Alright. So he's a blacksmith, but can't get into his shop. So we gotta get the key. Okay, running over here real quick. I'm gonna grab this. There's another item over this way. Tab. Here. the Estus Flask Shard. And now I'm going to run up this way. I'm going to do what I said when I first started the stream. Since I've put nearly 400 hours into this game, I am activating the Victor's Stone. This will set you upon an arduous path. Pay to join this covenant? Yes. Are you prepared to join this covenant? Yes. Join the Covenant of Champions Covenant? Yes. Okay, the Champion's Tablet. The Covenant. Let's leave. What's this? Oh, 5 homeward bones. Okay, that's not an item I recall seeing there before. What does this do? Shows the names of the greatest victors in the company of champions. Brave warriors who have offered the most awe stones as if they were epitaphs honoring their lives. Okay. Now let's go back to the Emerald Herald and let's give her this Estus Shard. That's a cool looking icon for this covenant.
Seek souls, lest
Alright, Estus Flask Strength. Alright. Let's rest at this real quick. Now let's go into the Forest of Fallen Giants and see what we have here now that this game has been leveled up significantly. Kinda interested in where I get awe stones from. Come on, door. Open up. Open up. Huh, that's an interesting thing I didn't notice before, was that the handle on this side pulls out the same time the other one does. Wait. Oh, I guess it's just where it sits normally. You pull it out further. Okay. Well, never mind. Wasn't as interested as I thought. Interesting as I thought. Okay. Let's go down here. Grab this. Run and make the jump! Ooh, that was close. Okay. More stuff there. Hello, Mr. Ogre. I'm gonna slip over this way and not bother you right now. Come here, you. Whoa, 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 wait, where'd you come from? You've got an axe. There wasn't normally this many guys here. Whoa. Oh, yikes, 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 yikes. Okay, okay. You guys aren't all... There aren't normally this many of you. You behave the same, but there's not normally 3 of you. There's generally only 2, I was pretty sure. Unless I've forgotten about someone that hides back up that way. Alright, fording the river. Light the fire. Whoa. Alright. Ah, didn't get the backstab off. Okay. Fair enough, then. Okay. 2 hits on him. Dodge the arrow. 3 hits on him. Away from the arrows. That done. So far, it doesn't seem to be all that different, but I don't know. I've also only barely gotten into the first area. But the enemies do seem to have a little bit of extra health, which is a bit annoying. But okay, let's just continue on. Let's see here. Okay. Nothing new about this. These guys do definitely have more health. Only it's 2 hits to take them down, not 3. Which is not going to be healthy for my sword. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Where'd I pull 2 of you from? I did not give you permission to wake up, good sir. Captain Fisticuffs back there. Okay, need a wider swing, so one hand. There we go. My adaptability is a little low, or my agility is a bit low, so I'm dodging kind of slowly. I know you're up there. Come on down. Okay. Take care of him later. Okay, what's with all these bloodstains here? That's right. Is that still the same, like, party that happened to? Because that's been there for a long time, actually, now that I think about it. It's been there for several weeks. Long enough to where it's routinely becoming a thing. Alright, where's Firebomb Thrower? Big sword. There you are. Not only do you have your swords and firebombs, you've got yourself a friend. Ah. Okay. Heal up. Let's go through this fog door. Pull this guy. Can't pretend that I haven't played this game before, as I keep saying it's been about 400 hours into it. But I lost pretty much all my saves, so, you know. Might as well be like starting fresh. Here we go. Okay. Guess I should have punched those down. break that box. Go. Infantry gloves. Nothing's as good as what I'm wearing, so I'm just moving on. Sprint. Shoot. I'll run up here. Whoa, okay, he's got a friend here, too. Ah. Shoot. Fell off it. I have... There. Okay. Hide from those snipers for a minute. Right over there. So it's kinda rough. Let's see, does this guy try and ambush me as long as I'm just over here? Yes, he does. Haha. On to you. I think his purpose is to backstab you right when you see this bonfire in here. Really all you missed was I got tired of playing StarCraft and started playing Dark Souls 2. That's really about all you missed, nothing good. I played a fair bit of Dark Souls 1, I figure why not try and do a full run through of Dark Souls 2? Why not? But this time I have the Victor's Stone Egg. In the meantime, let's talk to her.
Buy something. Anything. Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
She looks like she's wearing a small house. No, her name is Melentia. Okay. Leningrass. Leningrass is key. Now, some of you may not remember, some of you may remember, that there was that blacksmith that was locked out of his shop. His name's Leningrass, and this is his shop key. So, she has a cold. Give her a lozenge. Yeah, sorta something like that. Grab a couple of these, because they'll help me open a shortcut later. And I'm going to hang on to the rest of my souls. But let's talk to her, because you have to exhaust dialogue, or NPCs will not move.
My name is Melentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Dranglake's been up a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. When the giants crossed the sea. It seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself had nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own. They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouting new life grown into what you see now. But you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says. It's high time that I pick up a move. I've a bargain for you next time we meet up. Thank you kindly.
Alright, so that is probably the most common NPC that I'm going to be talking to routinely. Breath Mitt, yeah, hasn't brushed her teeth since she died. Yeah, you're probably right on that. Alright, this door is locked, but it's flimsy. And smash it down. Okay, crystal lizard. Oh, come back here. Ah, gotcha that time. 2 Titanite shards. Hand axe and a radiant life gem. This one's a helmet? Yeah. Speaking of, I need to put one on. There we go. Just a simple ridged bucket look. There we go. Matches my haircut. Smash that barrel so I can get this door open. That dude's gonna ambush me, so I'm gonna just take him out here. Yeah, the Victor's Stone has made things a little bit more difficult, but I haven't noticed a massive spike in difficulty yet. Okay, just 1 second, nothing good. I need to expand the browser if I'm gonna read that whole thing. For some reason, chat's been trimmed off really short. Oh, there we go. Probably smells like 200-year-old Taco Bell that was in the fridge in a bag that was just opened. Probably. Probably. Okay. That divine blessing there. Alright, let's rest at the bonfire. Now let's go down the ladder. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go down the ladder. I'm gonna run back out here, take this guy out, because he's gonna jump me again. Go. Now, I'm gonna drop down here. Okay, this is like normal. That dude always jumps me. So, big surprise there. Let's go jogging down this way. Oh, okay. Back up a bit. Charge and jump. Go. Human effigy. Cool. Whoa, okay. That was a fall. That was a nasty fall. Okay. The guy there. Let's head down this tree. Soul Bank item and torch was that one. Ooh, okay. Notice there have been a few enemies added in here and there. But not really a lot yet. Victor Stone said it was going to be an arduous journey. And I had to say, yes, I wanted to join the Guild of Champions, or the Covenant of Champions, or whatever. Like, I had to say it like 4 times or something like that. Like, it's like, are you sure you want to activate this? It seems like it's one of those things where, once you activate it, you can't shut it down. Ow. Okay, heal up. Switch over to the life gems. Swing. Bam. Dive. Dive. Ow! Shoot. Okay, that's why you never approach those guys from behind. They just fall over backwards and crush you. It's kind of a funny counterattack to backstab, but it works. Ow! Okay, come on now. I was dodging through that. I only have like 1 iframe right now because my agility's this low. Dodging away seems to work better right now. Ah, never mind. I say that right as I get hit. Okay, okay. Die then. Okay, take you out. Now for the fun part. Getting away from the fireballs. But that thing is shooting at me. Soul bank item. I can't open the door yet. Not get that door open yet. Let's heal. The door. Open the door. Open the door. No! Get in there. Whoa. Okay, that was close. That was really close. Alright, the fire longsword. I want to equip that as a secondary, actually. Don't have quite the dexterity to do a keep visit, but that's fine. Quick visit to the Emerald Herald and I'll be good. Eventually want to get up to the big weapons. The big two-handers. You know, the Pursuer's Greatsword and the like. But right now I gotta be just happy with what I got. What I got is a broadsword and a sword I can't swing yet. Okay. This guy. Around the corner, away from that dude till he fires a second time. Charge up. Yikes. You are not supposed to be here. Ah, come on. Okay. Got him that time at least. Pick up this stuff. Get up this ladder. Get back to that bonfire and get my Estus flasks back. Alright. Cleared that area out. Let's run over to the Emerald Herald real quick. Really quick. And let's get us that dex point so we can start swinging that fire sword. This fire right now seems like a pretty good thing to go with.
Bearer of
Bearer, seek lest. Let's go up one more dex point. I know by like 13 or 14 strength, I can swing just about any of the big swords. But I also happen to know that I need to get dex up to at least 20 because you can't compromise on the dex. Alright. Let's open up the door here. Let's let Groucho here.
Ah, yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later.
Alright. Let's head back out. Claymore. That's the weapon that I want, is a claymore. Ultimately. Or a claymore type two-handed sword. Let's check out actually this long sword and see how effective it is against these dudes. Not overly so, it would appear. Let's test out the broadsword on this dude. Okay, broadsword's still more effective. Alright. I guess the fire longsword would be better for maybe if I was doing like a not a one-handed build, but a different type of build. It's not that much worse, I guess. Sniperville. Gotta get away. Smash some of these gunpowder barrels. Let's do that one. Do a sideways swing. There we go. Woo! Oh, he missed. Come on, dude. Don't miss. Quit being lame. Swing. There we go. He's being lame. There we go. Okay. Take that, Archer. Right over here real quick. Let's get the fire bombs equipped. Now you can use fire bombs or you can try and get that guy to do it, but that right there is a shortcut. But you gotta blow up all the barrels in order to get that to open. Whoa, shoot! Axeman. Okay, let's go on up here. Oh look, it's a boss. I want to see what this guy's got. Okay, pal, I've beaten you at this point in this game many times. What you got? Ow. Let's go broadsword. See how much the broadsword does. More than the fire sword, actually, I think. Ow! Okay, that went to the wrong side. Up. Okay. Go. How much does this do? 79. Oh, this actually does a little bit more. Go up. Oh, it's close. Okay. Okay, here we go, here we go. Don't know what that was all about there. Whoa, what was that? Dude, this cool little, like, dance move thing. Ah, come on, get back here. Dancing away from me. There we go. Yeah, 3 hits. Full 3. What the heck? I was past him when that hit landed. Come here, you. Come here. Yeah, thank you. Keeps acting like he wants to try and, like, trigger a certain attack, but he doesn't have what he needs to do it, so it's kind of funny, really. Oh, a stagger! Got him! Soul of the Pursuer and the Ring of Blades. I'm getting out of there, so... Those guys are not nice. Let's get that ring going, though. It increases the damage of bladed weapons, which is always a plus for me. There we go. Got rid of one dude. Whoa. Ow! 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 Stop it. Okay. Broadsword this dude. Because the flame sword's going a bit low. The old durability. Let's pick up all these items. Estus Shard Flask. Yeah, another Estus. We'll have 3 instead of 2. Alright, and some repair powder. That'll be handy before a particular upcoming boss fight. Alright, let's go back to Majula and let's level up, because we just beat a boss. I know it didn't seem like it, but the Pursuer is actually a boss that you can fight later.
Is that a shard you found?
Yes.
Here, let me see it, so that I may help you to see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
All right. Let's now level up. Let's go a couple more into strength. Let's get another couple into dexterity, a bit more into strength, and let's get some endurance rolling in. Well, so let's just put 2 points in endurance. I need adaptability, because this agility number right over here, this determines how well I dodge. And if I'm going to be doing a big old two-handed giant swingy sword thing, I'm gonna need to be able to dodge out of the way of large sweeping attacks. So, it also helps increase how fast I drink Estus, apparently, as well, which is not something I knew. The nice thing about Dark Souls 2 versus 1 as well is there's the same number of souls will go a lot further in 2 than it will in 1 or 3. So, I find that nice.
You, stand back. This is dangerous work. The name's Lenigrast, just a simple blacksmith. And you are, another useless traveler. A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got. Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
Alright. So as grumpy as this guy is, he actually can be quite helpful. But I don't really want to reinforce any of this stuff. I want to save it for big weapons, which he doesn't seem to have. I was pretty sure he had a large sword, actually. But I guess he doesn't have one of those big swords. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna bother with it.
Don't waste.
Hey, don't waste my time, dude. I thought you had an item that you didn't. Don't get mad at me for not buying the thing that you didn't have.
Hello there.
Hi, dude.
Welcome
How you
to
doing?
my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
See what you got. Leather gear. Falconer gear. I'm going to buy the Falconer's helm because I have the rest of the Falconer's gear. Like, that's my starting gear. But I need the helmet.
Very much. And do please come again.
So let's put that helmet on. Pick. Boom! And now my outfit is completed with a ridiculously long feather right on top. Perfect. What's in here? Titanite shard, okay. Moving on.
Well, thank you for coming back. Do take a look at my wares.
Let's just chat, dude. All in the armor.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, fine with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here?
Okay.
Well, I do hope I see you again.
Alright, let's get back out into the field. A little bit longer of a sprint time. Let's get going. We've got us a shortcut now that I've blown open the wall near this bonfire, so... Oh, this area was part of a kingdom, but a lot of it's been destroyed. And what we're basically going through is just the remnants and the remains of everything. This area it's part of the land of Lake, which was built by King Vendrick. It's mentioned in the intro video, which you probably haven't seen, but it'll be in the YouTube video if you want to watch that part. You know, this area was built by a king, and then the curse of the undead set in, everything went wacko, the king couldn't do anything about it, and then lore spoilers happened, so I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay, there we go. Got you. Whoa. Oh, ouch. That's right, there's 3 of you in there now. Okay, got that dude. That dude. Got everybody. Got everybody. All of the dudes. Got all of them. Great soul arrow. We'll never use that. Blue wooden shield. We'll probably never use that. The only shield I would use, if any. Ugh. Excuse me. What is the curse of the undead? It's a thing that afflicts humanity, or that afflicts humans and really everyone. It is basically the way that the lore works was you had the world and it existed and just everything was kind of gray and unchanging, and then a fire was then introduced into the world somehow, some way, never really explained. But then beings came from the darkness of the world and found within the flame powerful souls that made them like unto gods. Well, there was one that didn't get one of the most powerful souls. He got the one that was left over, and that was the dark soul. Well, the fire began to fade, and when the fire started to fade, the strength of the dark soul became prevalent. And as a result, you started to have humans who would die and then get back up, but they would be less human. And then ultimately, if they died too many times, or if they had some goal set to do within their lifetime, no matter how times they died, as long as they stayed set on their goals, they never had any issues. But if they did lose sight of their goals, if they did end up dying, then they would go hollow, which would mean basically they had no humanity left in them, but their body was prowling around in a predatorial type state. Well, the curse of, and they became known as the undead or the hollows, but the curse was that it was literally happening to everyone, and it just kept spreading and spreading and spreading. And initially there was the idea of, well, we need to get the fire started again. And there were various attempts to try to get the first flame to reignite, but it wasn't working. Nothing seemed to be working out well. And so out of desperation, the most powerful of the gods, Lord Gwyn, using the power of his soul, which was the most powerful of all the gods. His soul was the most powerful. He fed himself to the fire to extend it. Well, in doing so, he basically broke the flow of time. And as a result, just the entire world is now stuck in this loop where you find you'll find items of heroes that are said to have slain some monster, but then you go and you fight the monster again because it may not have happened anymore because the time flow's so warped. But, you know, loads and loads of kingdoms have risen and fallen on this spot. Dranlaic is just the newest one, but we'll be seeing some other ones as we go through. That chest is poisoned. Don't want that stuff going off in your face. More upgrade materials. Nice. Knock on that door, like literally just hit the door and it will be opened by this guy. Shoot! Ah! Oh, okay. Was gonna do the stabby stab, but messed it up. Not that dude. So are you kind of following me on what the curse of the undead is? What happened to the guy with the dark soul? The guy with the dark soul was the furtive pygmy and is like the ancestor of humanity, and he actually died. But it's the Dark Soul is humanity. The DLC of Dark Souls 1 actually goes in depth in covering that. But in the DLC, there is also a character by the name of Manus, who is the father of the Abyss, which was described as humanity gone feral. But basically what it is that's happened is it's believed that of course the lore is vague and it's up for interpretation, most of it, but what the studiers of the lore seem to believe happened was the furtive pygmy died, was buried, and then was disinterred by a dragon who had allied with the gods by the name of Seath the Scaleless. He was a enemy dragon who, or he was a dragon, and the dragons were immortal before the fire began. The dragons were completely immortal, and it was thanks to their scales. Well, due to some genetic anomaly, Seath the Scaleless didn't have any scales, and as a result was seen as dying. Well, he was desperate for the immortality of his fellow dragons. Well, it's believed, at least my interpretation is, he's probably the one that dug up the furtive pygmy and experimented on the body, brought him back to life, but with the corpse reanimated in the presence of the Dark Soul, because the furtive pygmy, of course, still held the Dark Soul. He'd split fragments off of it countless times, what with being the father of humanity and all. But he still possessed the Dark Soul, and as a result, being reanimated had horrible effects on him. And he went feral, which then spawned the Abyss, which is also known as the Dark. Which is, again, links it back all to the Dark Soul. But, I mean, it's kind of like the standard, like, Japanese mythological war between the light and the dark type deal that's going on. But, ultimately, the idea has always been that in order for the world to return to normal, the fire has to be burning. Well, the old gods were Lord Gwyn, who was the head of them, and then you had the Witch of Izalith and her Daughters of Chaos. You had Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead, or the first to die, it seems. And then you had the furtive pygmy. Well, Lord Gwyn had some children, and they kind of had roles of gods themselves, but they didn't really come into power until after the Age of Fire was already ending. So, kind of their influence is kind of low. But in Dark Souls 1, you have areas of each of the individual gods of Dark Souls have kind of their own dedicated areas. Like Seath the Scaleless has his own area. He was a duke under Lord Gwyn. Lord Gwyn is kind of just here, there, and everywhere because, of course, he was the ruler of everything. But then Gravelord Nito, he was in the catacombs and the Tomb of the Giants. You know, he was in the area surrounded by death. The Witch of Izalith is in a city surrounded by lava, which was considered a result of the Chaos Flame, which she created. Then Seath the Scaleless was in his university or his school, just kind of up above everybody else, kind of isolated away where he could do his crazy experiments in relatively low harm. And that was who the old gods were. Now, by this point in time in Dark Souls 2, it's been so long, literally, nobody knows their name anymore. Nobody knows the names of the old gods. They've been completely forgotten. But there are... The bosses in this game do have parallel bosses to bosses in Dark Souls. And so there are certain parallels that have kind of been drawn. I'll go into them a little bit more when I come across them, but let's just say you might want to do some lore diving online if you want to find some, try and figure some of this stuff out. It's very difficult to piece together.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed. I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside. I'll leave this one to...
Alright, now, it's up for debate with this dude as to whether or not he's a good guy or a bad guy, because he keeps talking about treasure and sending you into harm's way, but at the same time, he's kind of a nice guy. So, it says there's treasure in here. The door just slammed shut behind me, and now there's a bunch of dudes in here who are now gonna rush me. I got a couple of them there. Ow, 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 ow. Run, 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 run. Get healed. Okay, there we go. Kill him. There, okay. Interrupt that dude. Oh, that's the stone ring at work. Otherwise, I'd have been minced. Whoa, what did I do that for? Well, there goes that firebomb. Never getting that one back. I did not know about this illusory wall being here. What's in this? Oh, sorcerer's staff and an amber herb. That would be great if I was a spellcaster, or maybe just a deprived looking for a build. But I'm not. I already know what I'm doing. Are there hidden walls in here? I never recall finding any from... Just kind of spam the walls hitting A. No illusion there. Hit that. Alright. Here we are, back at the entrance to that maze, and as you can see, it's now completely shut.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of
unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. You told me that before.
Oh. But you should take this. It allows undead to call out for help to one another across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand.
Yeah, so those fissures that are in between the worlds.
I see. I hope
that's due to the fact that it's believed that due to the fact that Gwyn linked the fire, the flow of time's been all distorted, and multiple timelines are now occurring all simultaneously, crossing back and forth between each other, and that's like how you can do summons and invasions and things like that. That's their justification for the game's lore. Is the flow of time is extremely convoluted. Large soul of a lost undead. Cool. It's a light crossbow. Consider using it later. Now, this is a thing you'll sometimes find where you have, like, these shadows that are just kind of there. You attack them, those dudes show up, you get a smooth and silky stone from them. You can take them back to the bird's nest in the tutorial area and exchange those for better items. Alright, dude down there. I cannot make that jump. No matter how hard I try it. Shoot! Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Stupid camera lock on it. It locked onto the wrong dude. Stabbed and missed. Oh, you cannot afford mistakes in that little area. The gap is just too small. Alright, well, let's try it again. It's Dark Souls. I believe that this is the game. It's Dark Souls 2 that has the this is Dark Souls achievement, which you get for dying once. Alright. That was a nice little explosion that happened there. There we go. There we go. Like clockwork. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this thingy. A winged spear. That's nice for fighting in small, narrow, choke-pointed areas. There we go. Next area. Souls are down there, aren't they? All. Dang it. Okay. Got that dude. What's first? Oh, they're both going first. Okay. That guy goes down first, then. Ah! Got them all. Cool. I got a helmet off of one of them. Fair enough. Got a mail breaker and an infantry helm. No, I'm not one to use the mail breaker because it's a knife. I'm going for really, really big swords, so even if the knife is really good against armor, it's still just a knife. Away. Stabby, stabby, stabby. Go. Come here. Stabby, stabby, stabby. Yeah, there we go. Got another winged spear. Okay. Fair enough, then. Knife gem and a homeward bone. Okay, that door's locked. Just gonna go straight through here. Know that there's another invisible hollow with a smooth, silky stone this way. Actually, I don't think he's going over this way. No, but there's this key here. Or no, it's not a key. I'm thinking Dark Souls 3. There's another area very similar. Large leather shield and a life gem. That leather shield is probably the best shield you get in the early game. So if you're doing a sword and shield build, that's one that you want. Alright. Let's get out of there. Let's take a rest at the fire. And now let's head back down. Let's go take on this boss fight. Wait, how does that dude have a horse's head? How does that dude have a horse's head? The things that you find out. Wouldn't be a mod. Because if it were a mod, I wouldn't be able to see it because I wouldn't have the necessary assets. It would probably be a reskin. No, they most assuredly don't. Is it because I've activated the Victor Stone? No. This hallway actually has me worried because this is exactly where they could put like a 9-guy grunt rush and just completely wear you down right before the boss. It looks like the dude who's here is the only one that's normally here, so now I don't know what's going on. But he gave me a life gem. And here we go. Supposedly this game is New Game Plus. Oh yeah, oh, it's just you. It's just you that has the horse's head. Now, this guy. Ooh. Oh, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Ouch. Okay, he does a lot more damage than he normally does. That's a lot more damage. Alright. Let's try that again. This is the first time I've been killed on that boss fight in a very long while. But I didn't expect him to do that much damage. Wait, what's this doing back up here? I came down this side last time. Did it just get sent back up? Old rapier dude is here. Got him. Okay, here we go. Ow. Heal up. Ow. Okay. Out of that corner. Heal myself up. Ooh! Barely got away from that swing. Okay, here he goes. He's pulled his arm off. He's got a lot more health than he normally does. Ow! Ow! Ah, come on, come on. Get there. Okay, okay. Whoa, okay. Ow! Okay. He just stomped me flying. Alright. Let's try and get back underneath him again. Got him. Woo! Woohoo! Woohoo! Soldier's Key and the Soul of the Last Giant. Alright, and this dude's back awake. No, he's not. He's just having himself a little nap in the middle of the door. Fair enough. I think I've got something at risk of breaking. Oh no, that's the Blade of Rings icon. Never mind. Alright, got that. Now there would be a second boss fight, which would be the Pursuer boss fight, but I already did that boss fight, so I'm gonna head back to the Emerald Herald. I'm gonna level up a bit, and then I'm gonna call it a night, because it's been about 2.5 hours of me streaming. I am very, very tired now. Okay, let's, more strength, let's get some more adaptability going. What's that? Let's bump up vitality a little bit. Get a point in endurance. Keep them dodge rolls rolling. All that. Oh, I don't have an Estus Flask, sure. Okay. Alright then, well, I will call it for a stream tonight, for an episode tonight, this week, whatever. We'll only be playing this character on stream. Have a good night, everyone. Tune in next week, same time, same place, same channel. I might be able to have my code going because I'll be able to get some community involvement. Because maybe I'll have my GitLab instance properly working. I don't know. But I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Ooh. Everybody's sick with that camera angle. Why not? Have a good night.